That's what she wants him to do, to retreat and not, like, share his feelings. But the thing is, she's making herself like a dick because he's remained so collected and cool and calm about it, and she just looks like a fucking asshole. Like, ugh. And Hal never ever went live for literally 20 plus hours being hateful and vindictive, spilling intimate personal details. She's nuts to think Hal has spread anything. Yeah. Just want to say I've never met someone of these pages with the same name. Okay. Court was making fun of Hal's journey. Hal is trans. Yes. She's saying Hal's maleness is less than a real man because he's trans. That's exactly what, yeah, pretty much. I mean, if we keep reading through this, I don't know how many times you're going to hear the word strap on, and I apologize for that, but this is what she's, like, holding on to. And it's so crazy because she literally has nothing, sorry, she literally has nothing to hate on him for because he's done nothing wrong. So she's holding on to the only thing she can hold on to is he's on this page, like, oh my God, he's the worst, he's on this page. Courtney, you were on this page too, okay? Hal's never subbed about Courtney or anyone else. Courtney subbed about Mel, about other people, made lots of comments. So I don't know how she thinks it's not good for her, good for him, but it's good for her. You know what I mean? Like, how does that make any sense? That's what shits me. So that's the only thing she has. He opened a door and hit her on the foot. Like, boo fucking who? Get over it. Like, you know, he owes $200 in rent. Ooh, deal breaker. What the fuck? Stop it. She hasn't, and she's trying so hard every live to be like, this is what he's done now, and this is what he's done, and paint this picture that he's his asshole, and it's just no one's buying it. At all. No one's buying it. Let me just find the next ones. Oh my God. When she got bitten by that dog, I'm sorry. We're going to play it. And yeah, just have to excuse me in the background because I'm wheezing. And you're probably going to hear it twice because it was so goddamn funny that I'm probably going to be wheezing again in the background of this one. The voiceover with the goat, I know. That was actually my husband's idea. He's like, fucking hell, get the goat. It's always appropriate to add the goat. So let's talk about, this is the dog biting her on the face.
Because they called out. I was like, oh, let me be a good employee. Let me offer to pick up the slack when it lacks. Worst fucking decision of my life. I wasn't even scheduled till 1:30.
Oh shit, I'm already laughing. Every time she zooms up on her nose, I'm like, I lose it.
This fucker comes out of nowhere and bites my leg. And he didn't break skin, thank God, but there's a big bruise.
How can he not break skin and leave a big bruise? It's a fucking chihuahua. Like a chihuahua. Like, their mouth is like, they couldn't even fit a 20-cent coin in their mouth. And you're going to sit there and be like, I didn't break skin, but I left a big bruise. Like, how big could a fucking chihuahua bruise leave? Like, come on. But what is so funny is the fact that we're talking about how she's a total chihuahua, like the other day. And then she fucking got bitten and dominated by a chihuahua. So we can't even use that one now.
Puts the fucking dog in my face. You're gonna willingly put a dog into someone's face, knowing damn well this dog...
I made my husband watch it, and he was like laughing, and he said, "You'll laugh," because I was wheezing. He's like, it made him laugh so much more because it's just like, you're out of control. And even like, I swear to God, like I was driving my son to the dentist, and I thought about it, I burst out laughing, and then I was telling Hale how I couldn't stop laughing about it, and I was sitting like waiting for my child at the dentist, and then I like fucking burst out laughing again, thinking about it in the doctor's office, in the dentist's office. They would have been like, oh my God, what is this person laughing about? Oh God. And even now, I still can't watch it without getting tears in my eyes. Because she keeps zooming in. Like every 5 minutes, she's like, my nose, you know? Oh God.
Dog does not like anyone but you and your husband. And now I have to walk around like this. Not allowed to wear a mask because I have to let it be gross and disgusting. dog did not have its vaccinations, has not had any vaccinations in 3 years. She's like, oh yeah. Watch, I'm gonna start getting a fever. I'm gonna start getting a fever and I'm gonna start frothing at the fucking mouth. So this is what you get when you try to be a good ass person. Well, I had to fill out an L&I. Because now I'm out of work for the next week. I got taken off the schedule because I can't wear a mask. Now I'm divorced.
Alright, that was the end of that. But freaked me dead. She zoomed in that many times, and every time she did, I just fucking lost it. Like, because not just like seeing it, but just imagining this fucking dog. Like, could you imagine it bites her and the lady's like, it's okay. Like, he really likes people. It's like, rah, like on her face. I mean, and all the things that I could pay to see, I would fucking pay good money for that, because it would be... I just can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. It'd be so funny to watch. Alright, so this is like pre-mauling. Chihuahua mauling.
It's really sad.
So we've gone from this crazy I got bitten. No, this is before. Sorry, my bad. This is pre-mauling. So this must have been after the last rant when she talked about Hale's body parts and everything. And now she's back to, I'm so sad. And I feel like maybe she does her lives during the day and she's like raging, and then she takes a medication at night and then she's like suddenly calmer.
Really sad, but...
Do you want to check on the boys? What's wrong? Yeah.
I've kind of accepted it's going to happen for a while. I'm just more mad at myself for, like, getting my hopes up, I guess.
It's alright. Good boy.
It sucks. It wasn't just the relationship I was mourning, it was my dreams. Because I don't want to be in my 30s and not be able to get back to where I'm at physically right now. And reality is that's going to happen if I have a late pregnancy. So.
She is literally more concerned about what her body might look like after having a pregnancy in her late 20s. Like, I literally had my first baby at her age. My first child at her age. And I did not get a single stretch mark. So I don't know how she can sit there and be like, oh, my body's going to be ruined if I have a child at 28. I understand, like, if you're, like 40 or something, you're not going to have that same skin elasticity. But really, at 28, like, you've got years and you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. I'm thinking about having another one next year. We'll see. But, like, to be more concerned about how your body is going to end up rather than the fact that you're going to be having a child, that is concerning. Red flag.
Kind of stuck in between staying in my current physical state and having a baby late in life.
And like, you realize as well, in 10, 20 years, it's not going to fucking make a difference. Like, we're all going to be saggy. At the end of the day, like, you can't hold all this forever.
There's just a lot of things I gave up.
I don't know if you guys can hear my dog's standing next to me asleep, snoring. Can you hear him? It's probably going to get louder if he actually lays down.
A lot of stuff.
You know, baby.
Yeah. I think I'm more sad about that than I am the relationship ending, honestly. Like, I'm more sad that I didn't pay my licensing renewal for tattooing. I'm more sad that I probably won't have other kids for a long time.
He is so adorable. He's an Aussie bulldog. So he has, like, the big, long face. I might even post a picture of us later on, maybe.
Probably won't get the wedding I wanted. I'm at the age where it's really awkward to date because most of the people that are my age are not stable, or they've been the toxic ones.
She can hear herself, right? She just heard what she just said, yeah?
In relationships, or there's something that's keeping them from having a healthy relationship this late. I just kind of feel like I'm gonna end up one of those single moms for like the rest of my life.
Right.
And it's hard, guys. I think that's what I hold the heaviest. Like, I wish we could rewind, but we can't. And I really expected this to go so different, so now I'm not really mourning him. I'm mourning all the dreams and plans I had for the next 2 years. And it kind of makes me want to be a surrogate, to be honest. But then I think I would feel really unfulfilled giving away that child, you know? So I don't know.
You sound like a bulldog. Yes, you do.
I don't know. That's a hard one. It's a hard one to answer. I wish I could.
I know. Go drive it, Poof. So, let's just read out this because she says that, you know, I've thought about being a surrogate, but I don't think I could hand the baby over. Like, could you imagine? Like, she would be a surrogate and then be like fucking legging it out of town with someone else's baby because she'd be like, it's my baby. Yeah, no one. Someone says, oh my God, her becoming a surrogate is a lifetime movie waiting to happen. Imagine her being a surrogate. Like, it would be frightening. Imagine the reply, imagine somehow not knowing about all the social media stuff until she's already carrying your kid. I'd have a heart attack. Having a baby in your 30s isn't late. It might be considered geriatric, but it's really not that late. I'd say mid-40s is late. Yeah, I think when you're 35 and older, it's considered geriatric pregnancy. But I mean, like, 35 is still not that old to be having a child. A lot of people space their kids out. I think, like, my oldest sister and my youngest brother have 21 years between them, which is crazy. Someone said, I hope she doesn't become a surrogate. That's not fair to that child's parents dealing with her and everyone who says it isn't possible. I like to remind them that Diane Downs was one. This is a live I've been trying to post on the Facebook page since last night. She was going on and on about how Hale and how he made her feel gross and dirty and worthless or some shit. Yuck. Pretty sure you need to undergo a psych evaluation to become a surrogate, which she would never pass. Also, she needs to get rid of that ring in her nose. Does her face no favours. When she first started posting the ring, I always thought it was like a filter, and I agree. Like, I just don't think it suits her face, but whatever. She thinks it looks good. Posting is separate because it's a totally different point. But ma'am, what do you think breaking up is? You mourn the whole thing, future plans, the person and everything all together. You think you're special. If you had an inkling of what some people actually go through, you'd count your blessings. I'm getting that age where it's awkward to date. Most of the people my age are not stable or they've been the toxic ones. Is she outing herself with the eye looks? Absolutely. She could never be a surrogate if she wanted to. Being a surrogate, you have to undergo a psychological consultation, and we know damn well she never passed that. So true. I know you're there. I can see you. How you doing? Every time I see one of her videos, I think God just cannot possibly any more disgusted with her than I already am. But I don't know what this says. There's a bit of a kerfuffle there. Every freaking time you already neglect the child that you have and only use her as a pawn, and you're effing up mind games. Sorry. And you want to have the audacity to bring another child in this world for you to neglect and use against your spouse, and you can't even feed your child, let alone yourself. How the hell can you provide for another child? And your biggest concern about it is not being able to physically get back to where you are now. And you're built like a grasshopper. Okay, this comment's a bit mean, so I think we might just skip past of it. But basically, like, it is true. Like, how can you sit there and be like, oh, we couldn't even afford to feed ourselves, couldn't afford to do this, couldn't afford to do that. Bear with me one sec, guys. It was a sneeze. Yeah, no, that's me sneezing. It sounds terrible. It's very loud. Otherwise, like, I have two types of sneeze. One is like a death rattling sneeze, and then I have like a dainty one as well. But the big one's usually when I have allergies. Like, when I have allergies, I sneeze so loud. It's insane. Yes, she said built like a grasshopper. Someone said, so basically what I took out of this is she doesn't particularly care about Hal, only what he could give her. And if you're not in a relationship in your 30s, it's because you're toxic. Yes, that's what she's saying. But it doesn't seem to click in her mind that she is referring to herself technically, because she's one of these people.
Feeling guilty about having to call that job and quit. And I was like, should I quit? Should I stay? Like, Dad, I don't know what to do. Like, they're giving me, until I get my CNA actual certification, like, I have 36 hours, or I had 36 hours.
She just zoomed up
over the next 2 weeks. So I wasn't really getting what I needed from that job like they promised. So I called my dad. I was like, Dad.
She just zoomed in again. Like, she just zoomed in like every sentence. She like scrolls in and shows us the mole nose.
Dad, I'm on the way to a client's house, but I just got a way better job offer for way better pay. And I said, should I quit? Should I stay? What should I do? He said, you need to do what you need to do for Shiloh. And I said, you're right. So I took the other job. I accepted it. And I should have just not offered to pick up this shift.
And she zoomed in again on the nose.
And now people are making fake accounts to come and follow my shit. And
so this account pops up, and like, I screen record. I thought I screen recorded it, but I was like learning my new phone, and I obviously messed up. So you can actually see where I join on this, and I was screen recording it, and that's why I had to use the live where I recorded it from the live. There was only like parts. It's just so frustrating, because there was so many bits that I wanted to post that I missed out on. But this account pops up, and it literally was on my screen, like what I thought I had screen recorded. It says the dog that bit Courtney, and she starts losing it. And then next minute, Bella the bird pops up, and she's fucking cranky. You can tell by her face. She's like, oh.
And like make fun of me over this. Cool, good one. You're such a good person. LOL. This ain't Tickle Me Fucking Elmo. Hee, bitch.
That was my favorite part. Oh, it's loading. Sorry. I think it was hers cutting out. Oh, that's right. So she got a phone call and then it paused. But when she said, tickle me, she's like, haha, bitch. I was like, oh, this is going to be so good to put on that shorts, because I've been putting shorts up, which are like, it's like the Insta mums behaving badly, pretty much. Bella the parrot or Bella the bird was me. That was so good. Oh, here we go.
Something always has to go wrong, right?
This dog did not have its rabies vaccine for the last 3 years.
She keeps zooming in, and all I can think of is that is a way better body decoration than that thing on the neck. I would have just kept with the dog bite.
This dog has been known by the owners to go after people, and she thought it would be a phenomenal fucking idea to pick it up and put it in my face? Get over shit.
Something always has to go wrong, right?
Oh, that's just her dancing to a song. And then it says subject. It's got like a text from Hale, and it says, I got a call that you didn't show up to sign the paperwork to get you off the lease. They said Isaiah will be there till 12. I need you to get this done. I have made sure to get everything done that you required, so I asked you to follow through on your part. And she like posts it like he's just the worst person and he's just trying to do what you asked him to do. Crazy. Okay. Next part.
Yeah, oh, I'm so hurt, guys. I'm so hurt. Oh my God, serving on divorce paperwork. I'm gonna cry and wallow in sadness. Fuck out of here. I got 2,500, still on my credit report, but that's my car. That's it. My car. The other 20 grand, gone. The $600 that's going to keep my credit score from hitting 650 by the end of March, gone. They said anywhere between 25 and 50 fucking points. Do you know how much that bothered the shit out of me? That I had to fucking sit there with my credit score looking like that because, oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Pay my shit off and get the fuck out, and don't ever.
Yeah, someone said she tried extra hard to act like she wasn't bothered. She was so bothered right now. Like, there is no way anyone acts this way because they're excited.
Fucking come back. Do not ever fucking come back.
Does she really think someone's going to serve her divorce papers and then want to come back? Like, why would anyone go to the lengths to serve divorce papers that wanted to come back? Like, is this the kind of games that she plays? This is insanity.
Oh my God. Don't ever try to fucking come back. You just signed those papers. Good fucking bye. Don't ever try. I will lose my shit if you try to come back. I will be protected AF. Fucking existence.
Alright. So, comments are, don't ever try to come back. He served you with divorce papers. What are you even talking about? Someone said, like, honestly, tears or being upset would have been a normal reaction that most humans would have. Her reaction is so abnormal. She's having a Kanye moment. That's just absolutely what it is. She didn't think I would divorce her. I don't think she did too. I think she thought she could play these games and continue to play these games, and that you'd be like, oh my God, she's really, like, she's not interested. I have to take her back. I have to run back and get her because she's going to find someone else. Like, that's really what she thought was going to happen here, which is mental. Someone said, I can't help but to think her credit score is shit by the way she's constantly talking about it. Even she's like, oh, it's going to be going to 650. Like, that's just an average, really average score. So I'm not sure why she's so excited about that, but whatever. Someone said, I'm autistic, so masking is something I naturally adapt and can recognize when others are masking. She's so mad right now, like big mad. She's really now trying to convince herself that she's not mad, but she's really mad. and just floating down the Nile River. Absolutely. Actually, interesting point though. Last night, Juliana went live and I was on that live and she started talking about like masking and stuff. And it is the first conversation that Juliana has said something where I'm like, this is like the real Juliana. This is the real Juliana, minus all of the mental issues and all of the drama and whatever that goes on. And it was like, I feel like we have to do a live on it. But it was the first time I've actually listened to her and thought, shit, man, like, and she talked back about cute things in her childhood and that wasn't like an attention grab. It was like something that I felt was really genuine. But it is interesting. I've never actually heard people refer to it as masking, but I understand what they are saying, you know, like obviously she is cut deep about this and she's really upset because she really didn't think it was going to happen. And so she's going to go live and she's talking to everyone as if like this is the best thing that's happened. Like, I'm so happy, blah, 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 to put on like this brave face, but she's really overdone it and it just makes her look really unstable. Someone said, losing your shit doesn't only mean crying in the corner. Yelling into your phone while driving about how much you don't care, that's losing your shit. If you didn't care, you wouldn't comment on it. Someone said, acting like she wouldn't throw her whole Badusi at Hale if he even looked her way for more than 3 seconds. Yes. Another one says, you're so unbothered though, right, Courtney? If you were bothered, you wouldn't feel... If you weren't bothered, you wouldn't feel the need to blast your shit all over social media. No wonder you can't have healthy relationships. Whether they're platonic or intimate, there's seriously something wrong with you. And that's true. Like, I don't think she's had many relationships, like even friends-wise. And she can't understand. She's like, I don't have any girlfriends, you know. But like even stuff that she's told us from her past, you can kind of recognize why this is the case. And not just that, like I know that there's been people that have come to our page as like, oh, you know, I really supported Courtney and stuff because she used to talk about like this page and she was like, oh, you know, I feel really sorry for her. Well, I felt sorry for her. And then she sent her something from like YouTube and was like, did you know about this? And she's just gone off on this girl. And the girl was like, oh my gosh, like they've gone to a lot of effort to try and prove it's you or something. And she's like, effort, what do you mean? And she's like, I don't know. She was like saying that, I don't know, she was trying to like counteract, I guess, what I'd put in the YouTube videos where she'd like link that lingerie account. When you actually look into the email address that's associated with that Instagram, it was like linked to all this other stuff. And this person, all they'd said was like they went to huge lengths to try and make out like you own the fake account. And she went off at them. And they were like, she's fucking crazy. Like, I was there to be a friend and she's being a fucking crazy person. And not like going off at them, be like, are you stupid? They're not me. Like, obviously they didn't go to that much effort, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, why are you attacking me about it? I'm trying to be your friend. Someone said, yeah, it's times like this I feel really bad for her. No one deserves that. Oh, we're talking about Juliana. I feel like I could really like Juliana if she would get on meds and act right. Please don't come for me. I've said this myself many times, like many times, and I've had people say to me the same thing about Juliana. And I do agree, because there are times where I find that she is quite funny. And like, you know, she gets the humor and stuff. Like, you have Courtney that's like, meh, and she carries on like a fucking pork chop, right? And then you have Juliana, who does that sometimes. Like, she absolutely does that sometimes. And I don't know where it comes from, like, because it's like an out of nowhere. Like, Courtney is always that way, you know? But, like, I remember once when I put that fart thing on TikTok, because she was like, you know, this is how I'm going to make it on TikTok, like ripping ass, right? So I made a clip on TikTok of her sitting down. It sounds like she's farting, okay? Because she sits on this chair and she's like, I did not fart. That was my chair. And so I, like, changed it around so it did sound like, I don't know, we just made it into a TikTok. And then she'd obviously seen it. I don't know if she follows the TikTok or whatever. But then she put, like, in her story, she wrote, I hate you so much. Mandy, I hate you so much, or something with, like, a laughing face. So I understood, like, she gets jokes. Okay, she's not that bad that she can't see the funny side of shit. Like, at the end of the day, like, I know that this page, like, we talk a lot about stuff, and there's people that share, like, opinions that, you know, others would say are shit talking. But it's literally only like talking and commenting on behavior. It's not like this person's, you know, I don't know. It's more like talking about bad behavior and stuff, and that's how they get their reputation as bad behavior. And a lot of it's lighthearted, you know. Like, I don't sit there and, like, you know, like even yesterday with the stuff with Gumby being a sex symbol, like, I'm not here to, like, you know, put someone into, like, a bad depression and make them feel horrible about themselves. It's just like an entertainment thing. It's just a bit of fun. It's lighthearted. It's a joke. You know, you don't take it to... I'm not out to destroy anyone's life or anything like that. I never want you guys to go and harass anyone. I never want you to go out of your way to, like, bring them down. Like, that is not what this page is about. It's more about making accountability, and it's about a bit of gossip, you know. It's fun to watch. We get to go somewhere where we can see the truth, because it's really hard to follow the truth when they're portraying their life as something that it's not. Like, obviously we know that, because how many of us knew that Terry wasn't Shiloh's dad, you know? So that's what the point of the page is. And so we have jokes and stuff, and, like, she can have a laugh about it sometimes, but then other times she'll go live and be like, they called CPS on me and blah, 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 and all the rest. And I don't think she can see the big picture of, like, why this has happened. Like, even when the pool incident happened, I said to myself, I'm like, you know, accidents happen. I don't think that it was really necessary for someone to call CPS, but I also don't see it as a bad thing, because people think that others call CPS because they want their children taken away. That is not what the end goal is. The end goal is just to make sure that child is safe. So if something happens like that and they call CPS, it's just like you know, they go and they check, make sure everything's okay. It's like a wellness check. That's all it's about. It's not about having someone's child removed, but, like, you know, having someone that's there to hold them accountable, that has the power to hold them accountable. That's the whole idea of CPS. I don't know why people think it's like some sort of a tool to break others down. It's just making sure everything is okay. All right. But, like, you know, 1 minute she's like, she'll get a joke, the next minute she's like acting like crazy. And sometimes, like, I see things that she does, and she, you know, she is likable because she'll tell a couple of jokes or something, but then when she gets on and she's like, you know, running Brett down, it's really hard. I understand Brett's obviously a pig. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I remember she read out those text messages where he called it a C word, and I thought, what a fucking piece of shit. Like, how dare he call her that? Like, I don't think any man, no matter what a woman does, you do not call her that, especially when she's raising your babies. I don't like it. But I mean, she's dealing with gambling. She showed us those text messages on her story, and, like, that would infuriate me. Like, he is making her feel crazy by doing that. So I understand that. Like, don't get me wrong, I get that. And I get why people do like Juliana. And people used to love her. Like, they used to fucking kiss the ground that girl walked on, until it started to get to this point where I feel like if she had stayed honest, instead of, like, saying lies, like, even with the page, you know, she's like, they were saying mean things about my kids. That never happened. No one said they were going to go into her house in the middle of the night and slit her throat. Not on my page, because there's no fucking way in hell I would allow that to happen. But she will take bits of truth from other pages and then, like, blast my page for it, because obviously my page is a long-standing one, and it's known because it's on, like, YouTube and stuff. And, you know, obviously as an Insta mum, you wouldn't want, if you were behaving badly, you wouldn't want people to go and search out my YouTube, would you? Because you'd be like, fuck, they're going to see me doing stuff, because none of it's made up. It's all stuff that they've done, and we're just talking about it, you know? So I don't know, but, like, I don't feel like Courtney has anything about her that is likable. But I'm very confused about Juliana's actions. Like, you know, for someone that was so loved and now she's quite despised by people, but it's what she's done herself. Like, yeah, I feel sorry for her. I totally feel sorry for her. With all that stuff that's happening with the drugs, with the gambling. Well, I mean, it could be drugs too, who knows? But we do know that he's obviously been gambling. Like, those text messages were enough proof. But I feel like there's a lot that we don't know about, because obviously you have to try and maintain that it works reputation. And you know, I feel like they're not in that position where she can easily leave him, and his grandma is fucking enabling him, because she lets him go there whenever he feels like it. And then Juliana, it's kind of her fault too, because she's letting him come back, and she's getting this promise he's going to help with rent and stuff. I'd be like, no, you stay out until I see that first rent check. Bye-bye. Do not come back to this house, you know? The next one said, she was on live crying this morning about Brett not giving her his paycheck like he said he would, because he owed people from gambling, crying about not being able to pay rent. It was sad. yeah, that is really upsetting. No one deserves that. Like, I don't care. Like, people are saying, oh, you know, it's karma. I don't think anyone deserves that at all. I have, you know, I think all of us have been in that relationship where you just feel like you're suffocating and you're losing yourself. And I just think if she stepped out and just fucking was finally rid of Brett and didn't keep letting him, like, overstep those boundaries and come back in, I feel like there is a much better life waiting for her. Yeah, times like that I feel really bad for her. No one deserves it. Juliana, to me, is like two different people. And I get it, that's what the mental illness is about, but I feel like she's two different people. Like, 1 minute she's like this calm, collected person, and she talks a lot of sense. So, you know, I sat there one night, and I'm not going to lie, I sat and watched her, like, talking about work sales, and she was, like, driving these sales, and it was late as hell here, and I watched her the whole thing, and she stayed up until she got all the sales. Like, each of her team members went to bed, and I thought, damn, that's the drive that we used to see. Like, we never see that anymore. And then we had, you know, that one she did last night. She's talking about the masking and when she was younger and stuff. And she was taking accountability for her own stuff. But then you have these other lives where she's just going mental and she's got, like, the child jumping on the roof. And I'm like, girl, what are you fucking doing? Like, what is happening here? And I feel like medication therapy is going to help that a lot. But then I imagine having a mental illness and then you're taking medication. It's like you're taking responsibility and saying, I'm the one at fault. That's how people feel. And she's not. Just because you're taking medication doesn't mean you're standing up and saying, I was the problem. That's not at all. That's just you sorting out your problem and making sure that you've got, like, a clear mind yourself so that you can make the right decisions. Because if you're, like, on medication, off medication and whatever, like, a therapist helps. I don't care what anyone says. Therapy is always something that you should try because you can talk to someone that is not influenced by other factors, you know, like for me to sit there and I can't really give advice to Juliana because, you know, obviously my page isn't really a for Juliana thing, and she can't sit there and get that advice from her followers because they're all for her followers. They're not going to tell her anything she doesn't want to hear. Like a therapist that just sits there and listens to your whatever's happening and they don't tell you what you should do. They try and get you to decide, you know. I don't know if I'm making any sense again, but whatever. I feel like Yuli doesn't have support system. I mean, the fact that her family dumped Drew on her when she has 4 young kids is a red flag. Yeah, true. Agree. I think all she really has is her grandparents and maybe Julia. And, like, Julia has her own life now. And I do think as well that Julia is not going to give her those hard truths. She's probably going to give them to her, but she's not going to show her the tough love that she needs. She's crying they can't afford rent, but yet she's gone away and paid for a hotel, paid for Starbucks. Surely rent would be a priority. That is also true. That was a bit confusing to me. Like, if you, I'm sorry, my kids are just, like, screaming at each other from across the other side of the office. I do, like, I'm kind of, like, proud of her in a sense because she has come out and said, look, I can't afford rent or whatever. And this is not the same Juliana that was, like, I have so much money, everyone's jealous, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is actually, like, a real Juliana. So that, in one sense, that's a good thing. For real, it was really sad about younger kids were in and out of the room. She shouldn't be leaving that house, though. Brett should be leaving that house, not her. And I feel like he probably wouldn't leave until she's got the kids and went to a motel. So I can understand that because sometimes you try to get away from someone that keeps putting you in a situation that you don't want to be a part of. And so you just have to leave yourself, even though it's not your place to leave. Like, I feel like Brett should be the one leaving. But, like, the shit that he did, like, if it's true, if he went and told her you can take the bank account, the money out of the bank account, gave her a card, then deactivate it before she got there, that is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, that's so gross to me. What one were we up to? I think we're up to this one. Anyway, she's dealing with drugs too and not bred with her brother. She made it sound like she's now having to sell bags to have a chance of making any money, but still spending this money. I don't know. That's the hard thing. Like, you gotta, it's time to, like, weigh up and realize that if you don't have those savings in the bank and you're not making the same amount of money with it works, it's important to be saving where you can. You know what I mean? Cook every meal. Don't stay in motels. Starbucks, something you can miss. Like, just so that you can get that little nest egg so you always have something. Why is she in a hotel? I don't know. I didn't see the live. I'm sure someone would have sent it to me. But my guess is to get away from Brett. Because, like, we've seen when she's like, all right, we'll go then or whatever. And then, But, like, in the messages, he's like, can I come back home? Can I come back home? I'd be like, no, you can't come back home. I'd be like, if you're not going to pay for a home, you're not going to help pay for a home, you can just stay at your grandma's. Really, man? Do you want to pick it up? Thank you.
I'm alright.
This is why we can't have nice things. He's come running through and just, like, smash the Dyson over. Thanks, child. I feel like she has so many kids, she would have been great if it was just Cecilia. Yeah, I agree. Let me just get to the rest of the comments. She's in a hotel because Bread blew all his wages, so she apparently gave Bread gas money, paid for groceries, paid for hotel, Starbucks on the way, picked up a case of White Claw. Okay, so sorry, eating M&Ms. I just want to say as well, ideally, yeah, you wouldn't be spending money on a hotel or Starbucks or White Claw because obviously she needs to be paying rent. But at the same time, maybe she has the money for rent and she has the money for these things. But, like, Bread lives there and he works. So now that he's not taking all the responsibility of the kids, he should be paying half the rent. You know what I mean? So maybe it's not because she can't afford those things. Maybe it's just the fact that she can afford them. But it's the same thing with Hale and Courtney. You know what I mean? Like Juliana has been paying for everything all this time. And then Bread's now got a job. So, and his whole responsibility is looking after the kids. So yeah, he should be paying for half of it. So it's not really the fact that she can't afford all these things, the fact that she shouldn't have to pay for all of rent if he's working. If I was worried to be evicted, then I would be saving as much as possible. I can't really comment on it because I haven't seen the live yet. But yeah, if you're worried about being evicted, I would not be spending money on White Claw. Yeah, I hear you, but who knows? It could have just been something where she was trying to get pity for bag sales. And that's the hard thing. You don't know. Because we've seen so much manipulation for so long, it is hard to know whereabouts, like, if it actually is a problem or if it's like a marketing thing. Because It Works have taught some real sneaky behaviours to people, and they know they have to portray this perfect lifestyle and they can't be telling people that they're not loaded and all the rest. So even when she sold a house and she sold the other house, and I feel like this is a lot to do with, like, depression, and she's got like a lifestyle that she wants to maintain because she needs to show her followers, like, I'm maintaining this lifestyle, because that's how she gets her sales. Like, you need to have people joining It Works, and they're not going to join if you're sitting there saying, well, I can't afford my rent or anything. They're going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm not joining that. So you have to portray this lifestyle, and then she hasn't worked a business for as long, so it's now gone under. And then, well, not under, but you know what I mean? It's obviously declined quite dramatically. And you can't, like, she's trying to keep that, like, maintain that lifestyle of, like, buying the things and doing the Starbucks and eating out and whatever. And she's lost one house, and now obviously we've lost another house. That's the thing, never sure how much of it's true. For example, when she sold her big house, she claimed it was a fresh start away from Bread. This morning she said he's been on that lease. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense. And he has some of the live from earlier, by the way, if you need it. Would love it. I would love to read it. That would be awesome. Anyway, I'm going to skip back to Coconut Head because we could be talking about Juliana all day. So I really need to do one with Juliana because I have quite a few that I want to go through, especially with, like, what's been going on with lately. It's very hard to gauge. Like, I don't know. I am, like, people have said to me before, like, I'm always like, give me an uppercut because I will feel bad for people in situations. I'm like an easy one to turn back onto your side sort of thing. Like, I could be like, this person is an absolute wreck. And then if I see, like, good behavior for so long, I'll forget what happened a year ago. If I can see that they're a changing person, it's different. So, but it's really hard with Juliana because it's like up, down, up, down, up, down. And she talks about this masking, and I feel like this has a lot to do with it. lie multiple times a day and you can use that to work your business. I say the same thing. I feel like, like every second day, do a business one every second. I have not seen her working her business at all. Yeah, she posts content. I know. Abby has to remind me all the time. She's like, I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. Do you remember what this person did to you? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. Slap myself. That's what I'm like. I'm very easily, I forgive people too easy. I really do. Like, even people I've, blocked on my page, I'm like, yeah, you can come back now. It's like, that was 2 months ago. Fuck it. It's all water under a bridge. Because I don't know. It's crazy. But anyways, we'll definitely have to do one. It's a really hard situation. I'm the same way, Mandy. I've forgiven my in-laws' girlfriend multiple times. I forget all the shit she's done, and there's so much shit she's done to our family. Yeah, Abby comes with receipts. It's true. It's very hard because, when I do... Is that rain? In Queensland? What? It's raining. Oh, hopefully it cools down a little bit. I think it's rain. Unless someone's hosing the side of the house. I don't think so. No, it's rain. It's really hard because, I do want to see the best in people. I like to see the best in people. Obviously, why would I have Courtney join the page if I didn't want to give people the ability to, show their side and hopefully see the best in them. But, sometimes you just, if they're that toxic, there is a reason, why all these Insta-famous mums are Insta-famous. And it's generally from, bad behavior. I've never seen one really popular Insta mum and there not be some kind of drama behind it that got them all the followers, if that makes sense. I say that a lot, hey, if that makes sense. I need to get a shirt, if that makes sense, because it never does. Anyway, let's just watch some more Courtney stuff and we'll probably do a Juliana live. Oh, what have I done? Oh, it's muted.
Right. Don't care. Enjoy all that scars. Enjoy everything. Because I could have helped you and you chose to fuck it up.
She's talking about Hale and she's like, enjoy all those scars. Someone told me, I don't remember reading it anywhere, but someone actually told me something about when Hale got his mastectomy for his transitioning. Something about his mum having to treat his scars. I don't know. Someone please say what she said if you were on it.
So, enjoy the rest of your goddamn life, because I'm done. I'm so done. And I'm never getting with another weak-boned back bitch-ass boy ever in my life. Ever. From now on, someone's really going to put a lot of effort into it before I even look in their direction. I'm going to be like, don't even breathe on me unless you have goals for yourself, bro. Don't even think about breathing on me unless you got goals for yourself. Because, buddy, momming a grown man, not the vibe. It was not the vibe. It was not a vibe. It was hell. And I am so glad that Shiloh will never miss another day of school.
What's all this? It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe talk. I feel like she has been watching, and we've seen, because she was on Juliana's live the other day, and she was commenting, trying to get some sort of attention from her. And now, the last, I don't know how many lives she's done, she keeps doing the same thing Juliana does. It's not a vibe, and then she repeats it back and repeats it back. You know how Juliana always repeats stuff back? I generally feel like Court is low-key transphobic. That's kind of what it seems like, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I feel like it as well. Nobody wants to breathe on you, says a girl with no job. Yeah.
I am so glad that Shiloh will always be loved and protected by the people she's around. Fuck off. Have a great life. Bye. Bye. Never speak to me again.
I think that is the ultimate goal, Court.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey.
Bye. Don't care.
Right, so comments. Someone tagged Hale and said, did you know everything is your fault and you suck? Courtney was so good for you. Can't believe you had the audacity to leave her. Now, obviously, they're being super Sarcastic. Someone said she'll be in a relationship by the end of the month. Someone else said, imagine thinking Hal wants her back, right? Someone fill me in why Charlotte has missed school. What was the go with that, Hale? Well, she was trying to say, like, he didn't take her to school for 6 days or something, and it's all your fault. She referenced Juliana multiple times in a live yesterday. Laughed my ass off. Then she goes on trying to give advice like Yuli does. No, Courtney, just stop it. She's trying very hard to act like Gen Z, but you're 28. Can you act that like that? Right. It's weird. It's a whole vibe. Like, I cannot tell you how much it annoys me when Juliana says stuff like, it slaps. What the fuck is that? It slaps. Ugh, that sort of talk is just fucking weird to me. So weird. Next one. Sorry.
Shit. Like, oh, she's gonna lose her shit. No, I'm fucking stoked. I am stoked. Because y'all don't realize how much better my life is about to get in the next 30 fucking days.
She sounds like she's losing her shit, though. I am not losing my shit.
Riding on mania and Red Bull right now. And this feels fan-fucking-tastic. And I cannot wait to go to my therapist next week and tell her that he actually did file and that he did all this shit. Because I was so stressed about that this morning. And she kept saying, maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll work out. Well, it did, bitch. Woo! I'm stoked.
Yeah, that part was really embarrassing. She's like, woo! She's like waving her arms in the air like she's at a concert or something. Weird. Hale said, maybe about 2 to 3 days I missed taking her to school because Courtney didn't tell she had the morning shift. And I had to take Shy to school, so I didn't set an alarm. Okay, got ya. She reminds me so much of my mum, it literally makes me nauseous. Wow.
Get the fuck out! Don't come back! Bye! Bye!
Again, that is what the point of divorce is, because you don't want to come back, love.
Oh, shit. Enjoy your miserable fucking depression. Ex-fiance, too. She said that the day that they broke up was the best day of her life. I understand now. I under-fucking-stand now.
I feel like Hale's depression has already gone, and the name of that depression was Courtney.
It is, wow. Thank fucking God. Thank the fucking Lord. I'm going out for a beer tonight. I am celebrating this. And I'm gonna look like the baddest fucking bitch on the planet, too. So, and like, oh, she's gonna lose her shit.
Wow. So comments are, how low to make fun of someone's depression, especially when I'm sure she made it even worse. I cannot imagine having to deal with someone like her. Jesus fucking Christ, what an obnoxious swine she is. I can't even watch the whole thing because she's too gross and obnoxious, but if it was really that bad and she wanted to, and she is so stoked, then why didn't she leave sooner? Hal wanted out, babe, not you, you fuckwit. Okay, next one. I'm so embarrassing to watch this kind of behaviour. It really is. I'm dying of secondhand embarrassment over here. Yep. Hale says, I got to talk to my ex-wife almost 2 hours today discussing whether she thought I was a narcissist or not. Ooh, she's going to be mad when she knows that. She's like, oh, she thinks everybody's on her side and everyone's like, this bitch is crazy. I just don't want her to kill me in my sleep.
Like, oh, she's going to lose her shit. No, I'm fucking stoked. I am stoked.
Oh, wait, wrong one.
Because y'all don't realize how much better my... Enjoy that. Imagine telling people that I'm your ex. Imagine telling people that me and my little see-through lace bodysuit is your fucking ex.
Yeah, that would be pretty embarrassing, you're right.
Boy, you lost. You lost. I win. Good fucking God. I cannot wait to tell my dad.
Hale said she scared my ex-wife over a year ago, so my ex-wife knows the crazy.
I'm gonna give my dad a fucking chest bump, I swear to God. Like, holy shit. I'm done. Thank fuck.
She needs better internet. It keeps fucking pausing.
God. Goodbye. Don't ever come back. Enjoy recovering from your.
Comment says, I think we can all agree that Hale actually won here. Only loser in this situation is Courtney.
Never getting a fucking straight girl ever again because she's gonna judge you. Enjoy all of that shit because I put up.
Why would a straight girl judge you? What? That makes no sense. And is she really upset that Hale's mum's going to be looking after his surgery or whatever? Is that what's happening there? The internet kept, like, popping in and out, so I kind of missed that, but I think that's what they were talking about.
Put up with goddamn patience. And this is what happens when you treat me like shit. I turn into a heartless fucking bitch. You're not even a person to me. Enjoy that. Imagine telling people that I'm your...
Alright. This one... Probably because she's driving more live, that's true. Courtney's a professional victim. You're not wrong.
Husband who? Yes! And it's all right. The paperwork's all right. The paperwork is perfect. Perfect. Says no children. Says dissolution with no children. Fuck her life. Don't ever talk to her again. Fuck off. Kick rocks, bro. Bye. Yes. Holy fucking shit. I thought for sure he was gonna file some fucked up shit too, so. Whoo-wee. Your girl is free. Your girl is free from fucking everything. And it feels fucking fantastic. It says everything I wanted. No minor children. LOL. Separate property? None. Community property? Personal property? None. It would be fair for the court to order me, Hale Michael Borges, to pay the debts listed in attached schedule. And it...
Right, so basically she's like bragging about how she has gotten everything she wanted in a divorce, but obviously that's him just giving her what she wants so that he can be fucking free. Like, if it was like 20 grand dead, I'd be like, I'll fucking take it. I'll take it. I would take that over a lifetime of dealing with her. Woo. Alright, next one.
Fitness. Put my fucking move fitness into payment. Enjoy paying that bitch. Enjoy paying that motherfucker. Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
That's not skipping either. That's literally how many times she just said that. That is wildly embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. And she's really like, yeah, enjoy paying this. Like, how much is a gym membership? Like, she's acting like this is $20,000 that he has to pay. It's just a fucking... Like, it is such a small price to pay for a bit of freedom from Courtney. Hal until she's crying that Hal didn't care about Charlie because he didn't try to get custody. Also, I can almost guarantee the person Hal gets with after court will have 10 times better... Will look, I think it's going to say 10 times better than Coconut Head. In a lace bodysuit, yeah. Imagine her being so happy her daughter lost her father figure just so she can win. She's twisted. She's so twisted.
I'm gonna have a 650 credit score by March! By March! Woo!
So she hasn't even got a 650 credit score of average yet. She's that's what she's aiming for March, to have an average credit score. Fuck.
Yes! That's what I wanted! This is all I wanted, for you to fucking leave! Get the fuck out! Don't come back, ever! Holy hell!
Like, she knows, right, that he already left and he doesn't want to come back. Like, he was the one that chose to leave, you fucking fruitcake.
He has to pay the debt off that he accrued in my fucking name. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do. Enjoy that.
She just waved her middle finger at the camera like 3 or 4 times. And she's like, yes, sir, you do. And she's middle finger. She looks like she's about to burst into tears. Like, it's crazy.
Fuck off. Wow. I need a photographer. I need someone locally to help me dye my dress black and then burn that bitch. I'm gonna do a fucking photo shoot with these goddamn papers. With these goddamn papers. Holy shit. Official. Apparently he filed this February 7th. Thank you. Thank you. Good fucking bye. Wow. Put my fucking move fitness.
Right, so someone said, and this, my friends, coming from someone with bipolar and BPD, is a manic episode, but tonight she'll be crying her eyes out. Someone else said, you're going to have a 650 credit score, but Hale's going to have a much more peaceful life, so the winner here is very clear. Someone else said, a credit score just allows you to accrue more debt. Like, I bought my house when I was 22 years old. If you're never financially irresponsible, you don't have to spend your 20s cleaning up your credit. Definitely one of those people who cusses and you just want to tell them to shut the fuck up. Does she have anything else to say besides get out, fuck off, enjoy that? Her peanut brain is so comical. She's mad. I'm so here for it. You ugly inside and out. Someone else said, apparently he filed this on February 7th, and you can tell she's sad about it, thinking he wasn't filing for a reason. Like there was still a chance. Poor girl's delusional. She'll be crying about it tonight. She will be. So in one video, she talks about how she was worried he would file for her, but the therapist told her that maybe it was all work out, which to me suggests she didn't want him to file and wanted to work it out. But yet now she's the one that wanted out. Then why didn't she file if she was done? Because she doesn't want to have to do anything. She doesn't want to have to go and pay for a lawyer. She's shit broke. You know what I mean? She just, I don't know. Someone else said she's literally acting like a middle schooler who got broken up with. Also, I find it immeasurably trash how she keeps holding her middle finger up. Like, sweetie, Hal left your ass. Hal filed the divorce papers. Hal served you the papers. Why the fuck is she acting like she did all that? Very true. She sure is making a huge fuss for someone who doesn't care. Yep. She's mostly mad because she was laughing on live saying she knew for a fact Hal didn't file for divorce. She was definitely stunned she got it. Yeah, exactly.
Give me my divorce paperwork, please, and thank you. Where you at? Come serve it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
This is before the papers.
I got a pen in my purse. Well, I just went to YWCA and talked with them and went to her victim advocate, and now I'm just kind of waiting for them to call me back.
What is that? Something abuse or whatever? What is that? Because she says she's like waiting for an advocate to call her back or whatever. Why does Shiloh need an advocate? She was not abused. Like, is that what she's saying here?
But I'm not really doing much today because I don't have anything really to do other than those things. Now I'm just kind of waiting for all this stuff to like come. Like all my divorce paperwork. Waiting for people to call me back who are supposed to call me back about certain things. I start my job tomorrow, so I don't know when their pay dates are, but hopefully that come because you're...
So, court is claiming that she is a victim of Hale, but she said her her advocate. So it kind of sounds like she's talking about Shiloh's advocate.
You're on a fucking hate page, sharing shit with them. It's never freaking happening. Hello, Lacey. How are you? Shit is just so funny to me. It's always, wouldn't you have left me a year ago? You married me and you stayed with me for 2 fucking years.
So there she goes again, invalidating every single person that has ever stayed in a domestic violence relationship.
You were still begging to be a part of Shiloh's life up until 4 days ago. There's Hale.
Okay, so this is what the screenshot says. I can kind of read the top a little bit. It says, understand that I was never going to go cold or heartless on you guys. That's not the way this was going. This is from Hale. I was just trying to keep some sense of peace and was hoping you would calm down in a sense that we could just talk like adults to each other. I wasn't going to erase 2 years. And I feel like she maybe thought that this meant that Hale wanted to get back with her. But in reality, he just wanted to sit down and talk about co-parenting Shiloh because he didn't want to he still wanted to financially help them and Shiloh, if that makes sense. But then she writes back and says, but you did. You said there was no hope ever, ... And you crushed me, ... I felt every fibre of my soul break. It was supposed to be like it wasn't supposed to be like this. I cried all night after you left. It's the next message. And then she goes again and says, screamed into our pillows for hours. And then the next message says, you really, really killed me inside. And if you didn't mean something or other, you can't see the rest of it. But I think she's getting mixed messages here. Like, Hale's trying to say that he doesn't want to just totally neglect them. Like, he wants to be there for them, financially help Shiloh out and stuff. And she's thinking that this is like them getting back together. And she's like, but you're saying there's no hope. So she was trying to like get him to say, no, there's hope. But it's just not being fed the way. But for her to share these screenshots and act like he's abusive because of these screenshots, it makes no sense.
I didn't feel cold towards you. Yeah, you did. Fucking dumbass. He doesn't have any right to her. He doesn't have any legal right to her because he never fucking actually... Because you're on a fucking hate page.
Now, someone said, can we... she already quit this job, right? Yes, she did. Someone said, can we classify Courtney's page as a hate page? All she does is talk shit on either Hale or Mel. Yes. And someone else said, Court's page actually would be a hate page because it's lies and slander. This page is just screenshots. Yes. It's the excessive periods for me. I know.
His best buddy, Bella. Bella the bird, guys. So cute. A futon, a TV, and a bird. Gotta love it, right? Winning! So fucking funny to me. Where are the cops at? Bring me my paperwork. Bring me my divorce paperwork. I'm ready. I am ready. I've got a pen right here in my purse. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. I will sign that fucking shit so quick. I will immediately hand it back.